Hi everyone, welcome back to another weekly series with me, Adam here, in case you don't know me already. I'm excited to be here tonight. I'm excited to talk to you guys. There's something I really want to kind of talk to you guys about. So give me a few minutes. I'm going to let everyone else kind of join in, then I'll explain what I'm going to talk about tonight so that everyone can be on the same page before we start. Okay, so 2 minutes maybe, and then we'll go ahead and get going. So we got Audrey, Kazmi, Elmo. What's up, you guys? Thanks for joining. I'm gonna get started in just a minute, or if you didn't hear me, maybe 2 minutes. Want to give all my millions of followers a chance to jump on with their busy lives. Don't laugh at me. Hey, hi Zoe. Thanks for jumping on. I just told everyone I'm giving them a couple minutes. It's 9:30. Oh, that's right. You guys are in Kentucky. Good for you. Well, thanks. I appreciate it. You guys are on the East Coast and tuning in, but when you're on the West Coast, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Zoe, I know I don't have millions of followers. Jeez. Gotta point that out. Alright, let me see here. Make sure you got my notes. What's coming up? Man, this light is hot. Ring lights. Whew. Alright. I know I've missed a few, but I've been working. It's okay. You gotta do what you gotta do, babe. Work. Proud of you for working, Most kids your age don't want to, so. Alright, anyways, that's the topic for another night. It's probably a good idea, actually. Alright, you guys, welcome back again to my weekly series where I talk a little bit about fitness, nutrition, and sometimes personal growth as well, or motivation, inspiration, however you want to take that. Just trying to share my knowledge and help out as much as I can. So I'm excited tonight, like I said, about what we're going to talk about. This is fitness week, so I will talk a little bit about fitness related topic. In this case, something we all deal with, not only in our fitness journey, but also our personal lives, and that is pressing pause on our goals and our progress. That's something we don't want to do. It does hinder our progress. It does sometimes take us back a few steps. So go ahead and talk about that tonight, how we can continue along with our goals without burning out and without completely abandoning or stopping our momentum. Okay, so one thing people will always ask, or I'm sure you've probably always asked when it comes to something you're trying to accomplish, why can't I take a break, right? Why don't programs like a workout program let me take a break? Why doesn't a school program, like a class, an online class, let me take a break? It always has to be done within a certain time frame. What's the harm in taking off a few days from my fitness routine, from my nutrition routine, from my work routine, from my school routine? What's the harm, right? Going on vacation, you're swamped at work, maybe you need to take a break, or you're hurt, you need to stop certain things, family obligations, things like that, right? Sometimes it does feel easier to kind of just take a break and pause and wait for the time to be right to kind of restart and start fresh in a sense, right? Otherwise you can kind of feel like a failure because you're like, oh, I didn't do it, I'll just stop. So sometimes it's easier to think, maybe I'll just take a break, I'll restart when I'm refreshed, I'll restart when I have more time. It's a comforting prospect. Instead of falling off track, you can be like, you know what, I'm gonna take a few days and I'll just restart when I'm 100%, when I'm fresh, when I'm ready. It's easy to think that that's a beneficial thing. It's comforting, that's why New Year's resolutions are so popular, so, I don't want to say effective, but so effectively written down every year, because it's a new beginning. It's exciting, that's why you can say during Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that, I'm gonna eat as much as is available for Thanksgiving. I'm gonna eat as much pie or cake. I'm gonna eat all the sweets because it's the holidays. People are bringing me treats for Christmas. I can't say no. Of course I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna start on Monday anyways. New Year's resolution, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, whatever. I'm gonna start. It's easy to say I'm gonna start later. I'm gonna start later. I'm gonna start later. The idea of a do-over, like starting over, it's so alluring that you don't even have to mess up that mentality to kind of take over. You don't even have to like fall off. You just be like, you know what? I've done 5 days. Like maybe I'll just take a day or two and restart Monday. That happens a lot. You kind of reward yourself on Friday. You're like, yeah, I did good this week. Take Saturday and Sunday off and kind of recharge and make sure that I'm okay and I can start again Monday. But I guarantee you it's going to be really hard to start again Monday. Because when you stop, you kind of go a few, you know the saying, if take, what is it? Take a step forward, a few steps back. Fool me once, you know what I'm talking about. But it's, instead of, I mean, when you stop, you actually push your progress back maybe a few days, maybe even a few weeks. You don't know the ramifications of stopping your momentum before, you don't know the ramifications of stopping your momentum until you stop it, and then you find out, holy shit, I shouldn't have done that. Right? You don't know that. So it's best not to just stop. It's best to continue as best you can with whatever you have available. So when we press pause on stuff, when we decide we're going to take a break from something, we're not really helping our progress. We're actually building the skills of taking a break, building the skills of not completing something. It gives you a sense of relief that you're able to put something off for later. Like, oh man, I don't have to do that till next week. Whew, it feels good, right? And then maybe next week you say, I'll wait a couple more days. You're able to restart. It's a good feeling to be able to start over each time instead of just starting and hoping for the best and maybe you mess up, but you keep going, right? It's gonna go up and down. It's just the way it is. It's a false sense of security, right? You're not necessarily done with that task. You don't necessarily not have to do it. You still have to do it, so it's still challenging, but now you got all this buildup to there that's going to make it even more challenging, even more of a daunting task. You're going to be like, I'm just not going to do it at all. Right? So instead of building the skill of stopping and pausing, let's try to build the skill of continuing and just making baby steps where we can. All right? So let's see. That's why I wanted to mention this part because it compounds the illusion of starting over, that we can find the right time to start. So if we say, I'm going to start next week because it's a better time, you're going to say that next week too because you always think that next time is going to be a better time to start. All right? So it's really difficult to try to improve your nutrition, your health, your fitness routines, your exercise habits when you have to deal with work and family obligations and personal obligations and stuff like that, right? This is why those 21-day challenges or those 90-day challenges or those programs that you buy, like 30-day abs or 90 days to 20-pound loss, whatever, that's why they're so popular because it teaches you the skill of getting something done within a very short time, but not building consistency when real life hits. You can easily hit the ground, head down, 21 days, 3 weeks, just 30 minutes a day workouts, stick to a calorie diet, whatever you want to do for 3 weeks. If you really put your mind to it, I'm sure you can do it because you can say it's only 3 weeks. All I have to do this is for 3 weeks and then you're done. But what happens is your diet goes back to normal, your weight goes back to where you were, or you maybe even gain more because it was a quick fix. It wasn't an actual consistent thing that you're continuously doing. So it doesn't teach you the skills of getting fit in the normal everyday life that we all live. We can't get that fix and then expect it to last, right? We have to understand that in our busy, complicated life, we have to find time to do the things that are necessary to accomplish our goals. And when it comes to fitness, if you have a goal of losing 20 pounds in 3-4 months, 10 pounds in 3 months, 2 months, you can't take breaks here and there and expect it to happen in 2 months. You can't go hard for 3 weeks, take a week off, and then go hard for 2 weeks again and expect that within those 2 months you lost 10 pounds. I guarantee you're going to go up and down like this. You work hard for 2 weeks, you take a week off, you're going to gain like 3 or 4 pounds like that. Because your body is not adapted yet. So you have to stay consistent, All right, it's not just about mentally staying consistent, it's about physically staying consistent so your body can adapt and make the changes necessary in its physiology to burn the calories, to burn the fat, to change your body recomposition, to change your metabolism. That doesn't happen in 3 weeks. That doesn't happen when you pause every other week. All right, so you have to maintain that consistency. All right, it's not about or this is why like yo-yo dieting, or you hear that term, and yo-yo like workouts, they're so common. It's such a common thing, because it's not about skills. All right, it's it's not about the willpower to do it every, you have to build the skills so that you're not just relying on your willpower. Does that make sense? It's your willpower sometimes will fade. It'll fade out because you're tired, you're burned out, you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. So you have to develop the skills to build consistency so that you don't fade off, you don't hit pause, and you can continuously reach towards your goals. All right. Fads are not rad. Thank you, Ben. That's true. And yes, Audrey, it's not a race. It is a marathon, definitely. So this next point here, it gets a little more personal, I guess. But in our fitness goals, it's easy for us to be like, I'm gonna take a break. I'm tired. My body hurts. I want that donut. I want that red velvet cupcake. That's me. I want that soda, whatever it is that you indulge, whatever it is that you just, I'm not going to go work out today. I'm just going to go home. I'm going to watch TV or go to sleep, that's you hitting a pause button. But let's be real and honest with ourselves. I'm pretty sure that's the only area in our life that we accept within ourselves to hit pause, right? Life has no pause button. Like it or not, the game of life goes on. There's no timeouts. There's no magic moment when their conditions are perfect to start something new. Work, personal, and family demands will always be there. So the need for health and fitness is super important in your life. And you have to figure out a way to fit that in, whether it be 30 minutes here, an hour and a half, 20 minutes, 45 minutes, intense, slow, whatever it is, you got to do something. Right, so let me ask you to try something in your brain, right? Try this. Try to hit pause in other areas of your life, right? Let's say that you're at work and your boss is like, hey, I'm considering you for a promotion, but I need this project handled for the next 3 weeks. If you can pull it off, the job's yours. Cool. That sounds great. But I have a wife at home. I have 2 kids, a dog. Kid plays soccer. It's super busy. Like, I don't know if I'm able to pull this off. So I'm going to go home. I'm going to tell my wife and kids, hey, you know what, guys? I'm not going to be here for the next 3 weeks because I have a project at work. So I'm going to hit pause on being a husband and a dad. I'll be back. I'm pretty sure that wouldn't fly well with anyone in anyone's family, right? So, like, think about that. You can't tell your boss, or the other way around, you can't tell your boss, like, I'm not going to go to work for a week. Is that cool? I'll see you next week. All right, thanks. It's not going to fly. So you have to be that way to yourself about your fitness goals. You have to be able to say, all right, I am tired. I did a pretty tough workout yesterday. My body's a little achy. I'm just going to take the day off. That's really easy. Or you can say, what can I do that is still me doing something towards my goal, but I'm not burning myself out and overdoing it. So, like, an example for me, and this is an example of what we would say, like, adjusting the dial of your intensity. Like, for me, my body is telling me, hey man, you need a little break from the weight training. Your old joints are getting a little achy and sore. So I love to lift weights. I love to, like, it's probably the only way I feel like I'm working out. But I'm not gonna completely hit pause and not work out just because I don't like to only strength train, or I only like to use weights. I have to still figure out another way to still continue along that journey and get the results that I need without overdoing it on my body. So last week I did a lot of stretching, some recovery, a lot of mobility work in my hips. I went to a yoga class with Audrey, hot yoga, mind you. I almost passed out. No shame in that. I did almost pass out. And this week I've decided, okay, I need to mix up my workouts, and I can't do the weights, so I'll do some cardio. I'll do some HIIT training. I got plenty of things I can do that don't involve that don't necessarily mean I have to stop training. I just have to modify my training. So that's something that anyone can do, right? When I talk about adjusting the dial, think of your fitness as adjusting the dial, the volume dial in your car, up or down. If you have an old car, I guess. My car's like, that's weird. Touchscreen, I don't know. Whatever you have, you're adjusting the dial, right? You go left to lower it, you turn it right to raise it, low volume, low intensity, high intensity. So there are times when you can go all out and go full intensity. There are times where you may have to turn it down and take it easy, and that's okay. You have to find that line, but you also have to make sure that you're just still moving. You're still doing something to help you. You're not just stopping, right? Stopping is the enemy of progress. You stop on your way home on the freeway, you're not getting home. Simple analogy or simple metaphor. You stop on the way, halfway boiling egg, you're not gonna get a boiled egg. You gotta finish the journey. So don't pause just because you're tired. Turn down the intensity. That's all you gotta do. All right. Which brings it to the last one. You're always doing something, right? If you need to turn it up and you're like, okay, maybe I need to intensify my workouts, and you can work out for an hour and a half, 6 days a week, great, do it. But if in 2 weeks your body's like, hey, I may need to tone it down, and you need to tone it almost all the way down, then okay, take the stairs instead of the elevator. Go for a walk with your dog a little longer than you normally would. If you're going to the grocery store, park as far as you can. Take a little longer walk. As long as you're still doing something, right? You don't have to be full on high intensity, crazy sweat, out of breath, dying, body aching all the time. You don't have to. All right? There's a dial you need to adjust based on your current circumstances. Okay? Cool. So like I said, progress doesn't happen if you hit pause and wait for a perfect time, right? Perfection doesn't happen in real life. It never will. So we're always going to be doing the best we can with what we have, and that's all you can hope for. You can only hope to be as good as you possibly can exude in with all your effort. And that's with, full intentional effort. Don't half-ass it. And you got to be healthy and fit in the context of your life, right? Don't try to be something that you're not. Don't try to, be a CrossFit athlete. Don't try to be a elite track star. Know your limits. Know who you are. Know what you're trying to accomplish and get there. All right. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't try to get onto these crazy restrictive diets where you have to completely change your life. That's definitely going to cause you to hit pause or even abandon it. Do something that fits into your life. Do something that you can manage with the time that's available to you and with the stressors that are around in your life. Okay? Don't make fitness an obligation. Make it a part of what you do to make things better in your life. Because I promise you things will be better. 30 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, just take a walk. Take a run with your dog. If you have a pool, swim a few laps. If you have stairs in your house and no one will yell at you, go up and down the stairs a few times for 30 seconds, 10 times. Try it a few times a week. See how that helps you in just getting started or not stopping, right? If you still want to do something, you're like, oh, I'm kind of hurt, or I only have 20 minutes in between phone calls. I still work from home, but I have my stairwell. Let's just do 10 minutes up and down the stairs. Cool. Great. You did something, right? You're going to feel good about it. And pressing pause, what it does, it really sets you up to believe that there will be a perfect time when everything falls into place. That's just not going to happen. Nothing ever falls perfectly into place for us. So, just keep moving. Don't stop, right? Because once you pause, like I said earlier, you're going to hit that roller coaster of, oh, look, I'm making progress, but I'm going to pause right here because I want to go out for drinks with my friends this weekend. Cool. I'm going to go down this way now. And I'm going to restart again. Okay. Back up that hill. You don't want to continuously make yourself go up the hill, up the hill, up the hill, right? You can go up the hill and then maybe you're going too intense, so I'm just going to slow down the intensity and just kind of slightly go up the hill and then go up the hill again. All right? If you can just keep moving forward, no breaks, no stopping, no pausing, no matter what happens, you'll always win. You'll always win if you can always continue to accomplish and continue on that path towards your goals. All right? Well, you guys, that's all I got according to my notes. That's all I was going to say. But I hope that helps you guys. For me personally, it definitely gets really difficult to stay always 100% intensity with the workouts, with the nutrition, with everything that, even though it's something that I do every day, it's still difficult for me. So I still have to find strategies. I have to find little tricks here and there that help me stay along the right path and help me to not quit or not just abandon my progress. You make progress, you celebrate it, you readjust, you revisit your goals, you recharge, and you keep going. All right? So thank you guys again. I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate your encouragement, your feedback. I love it. I love when I see you guys and you guys tell me you've seen it. So thank you. It's really, it feels good. Warms my heart that I'm at least giving you guys some information that maybe you didn't get somewhere else. So just a couple of announcements. I am finally going to be working on and recording the podcasts, so it'll be in tandem with the episode. So that way, if you missed the live or you just don't have Instagram or someone doesn't, or you don't like looking at me when I talk, the podcast will be available hopefully soon with a title. So I gotta think of that too. I need a title for all this stuff. But anyways, that's the podcast, and then stay tuned for the YouTube. It is up. The YouTube channel is up. I just need to upload more videos to there, and I will be uploading different types of videos as well. So keep an eye out for that. I hope to get these things up and running and done by the end of the month. So I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys. If you guys have any suggestions, comments, ideas, questions, things you may want to talk about or hear, please feel free to email me, DM me, message me, call me, reach out, however you are able to, okay? So, as always, you guys, thank you again so much for tuning in. If you haven't, well, if you're here, you probably already follow my page, so just like it, comment on it, share it with a friend, tag a friend in it. You don't have to share it if you don't want to. Maybe just tag someone, and that way they can see it, and then I'll go ahead and hit them a follow as well, all right? So I look forward to seeing you guys next week. I'll be back next Monday, a week from today, same time, 7:30, same place, my office. Next week will be our personal growth week, so be ready for a little encouragement, maybe a little inspiration, maybe a little motivation. Maybe you're in a bad place and you need some light in your life. So I will see you guys next week, all right? Is that it? Yes, that is it. All right, you guys, remember, love yourself. Go be the best version of yourself every freaking day. Love y'all. Peace.